I don't like talking about this. I think it's quite private, quite personal. However, I am making a YouTube video, and therefore it only seems fair that I divulge some financial information. Even though I'm not really comfortable with it, but in the contents of making a channel like this, it's a huge part of it. Oh, it's a lot windier than I was expecting. I've done quite a lot of videos and they've gone really well, but I've turned the corner, I've come down this way, and the wind has picked up quite a lot. I should check a weather app really and be kind of technical and say, oh, it's blowing in this direction, etc, etc, considering how I passed my day skipper theory. Have I mentioned that? I passed my day skipper theory today, about 20 minutes, well, about an hour ago now really. It's surprising how time goes when you've been walking for absolutely miles. All I've done all day is walk all the way around about 4 times, trying to get used to talking in public and trying to read a badly spelt script for videos that I've prepared, as well as holding my phone up because it's getting to the point where my arms hurt. Anyway, that's me blundering. Let me get back to the point. So there is lots to consider, and I've only marked off one item out of about 10 that I need to account for financially, and that would be the day skipper theory, which I've passed. Very happy about, very pleased. It's a relief, and I'm confident about the practical. However, the practical is an expense. So is the marine radio. Not only do I need a license, I need a radio. And then I need to join a club, and then I need moorings, then I need a boat, then safety equipment, and then a bunch of stuff I'll end up buying that I won't need, but I'll end up buying anyway for some reason. Maintenance, fuel, there's a lot to consider. So the reason I say this time next year I'll get one is I can't afford it right now. I have some savings and I could probably buy about a dinghy. A dinghy with an outboard. To be fair, I was on eBay looking at some last night and thinking about how much yachts would cost, and I convinced myself it was a good idea to, oh yeah, let's buy a dinghy. But trying to stay focused, the goal is for a yacht around 32 max. No bigger. That is, I'm putting my foot on the floor, that is the ceiling size of a yacht that I want to buy. 32 foot. 37 I think is a good weight. But yeah, so I'm saving up for a boat. I do have savings, so if everything goes well, it should be about April. I'm planning to get a boat. I did have a massive setback where my car was a write-off, not because of an accident. No. A huge chunk of metal fell out the bottom, and it wasn't the engine. I'm trying to think about what it was, and I don't want to be wrong. I think it was the diff lock or something like that, and it was too much of an expense to get it repaired, so I ended up scrapping my car, and I had to buy another one, and the money to buy another car was the boat money. So if it wasn't for needing another car, I would probably be on the water by now, but priorities take over. I do have a family I look after, and a car is more important. But now I feel really focused in getting a boat. Budget, it changes. It really changes. It depends how much, well, what mood I'm in really. I'm looking at some now, and they're all quite, I don't know, 15-20 foot boats, and it's not really what I'm looking for, but they are very affordable, and it's a quick and easy way to get out on the water. So because I have 2 projects on the go at the moment, And previously I've had a lot of other projects. I've had motorcycle channels, photography projects, lots of stuff. And I always think when I go on eBay or Amazon, I always think, oh, that would make such a difference. If I buy that, that would be awesome. The two projects I have on the go at the minute is this YouTube channel, which I'm enjoying, and doing boat training, trying to get a boat. And you know, I found a way to combine two hobbies, which I like camera gear, I like photography, I'm learning videography, which I haven't even got my camera, my Sony camera, it's in my bag. There's not even that many people out. I haven't got an excuse really, I'm just being lazy and recording it on my phone. Anyway, I'm going off topic. Things that I think I need but I don't. A drone. Don't need one. Do I want one? Yeah. It would be so cool. I've got so many good ideas. But then looking back at the stuff I have a digital shutter control, which I use for photography, and I've never used it for videography. Why don't I just learn that instead of buying things I don't need? So I think a drone would be amazing. It's an expense. They're like £300 to £500. That could buy a dinghy with an outboard. Well, you know, ish. But what I'm saying is I need to prioritize a bit more. Because I'm doing this YouTube channel, I'm getting a bit carried away, and I'm buying lenses, I'm buying more camera accessories. I think I had enough, I really did. Turns out, no, there's always something new I need. Cables, microphones, memory cards, batteries, and I don't need it. I need to get into the habit of using the equipment that I have, because the money I'm spending on this is money out of the boat fund. So that's kind of what I'm getting at really, is things that I want but I don't need. New camera lenses. I would love a new lens. A prime lens. I don't own any prime lenses, and I think like a nifty 50 or a 60mm would be great. Do I need it? No, I'm using my phone right now. My camera's in my bag. There's just so much stuff. It's unreal. Charts, right? Charts is a good one. And I like to point out, it's very important to call them charts and not maps, as I learned in my day skipper theory. I bought the RYA training charts 3 and 4. Swansea Watersports provided them for me. So I have 4 charts. Don't need them. Don't need them. Don't need 2 of them. I might keep 2. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the other 2. So I think this video is about prioritizing for a goal. I want to get a boat. I also want the channel to do well and do good. A good saying, and this has been in the back of my mind for a couple of years. I'm not sure where I've heard it or who said it, but where you spend your money is what's important. And for me, not just getting a boat, but getting a kind of lifestyle or a hobby that the whole family can be involved in. That's what's important at the minute, because I could easily jet off a holiday, take the family for, I don't know, 2-3 weeks, and then come back home when we start again. But then with a boat, for the same money, you could have 12 months of emptying the bilge pump, cleaning the decks, just doing chores. Why wouldn't you want that? So yeah, I need to. The point of this video is I need to prioritize a bit more and stop buying things I don't need. Because if they sell it on eBay or Amazon, I'm pretty sure it's on my wish list. I am heading to one of the video. I've got a lot of videos planned, but one of them are going to Southampton Boat Show. I've got the tickets for entry and travel, so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm so worried that I'm gonna just buy things I'm not gonna need for videos videos I may or may not make. So I wasn't too sure where this video was gonna go, but I hope the point came across that when you're in a situation like mine, and it doesn't have to be saving for a boat, it could be a holiday, it could be saving for a holiday. Where you spend your money is what's important to you. And seeing my kids grow up, living not so much the lifestyle, but the freedom. I used to think that motorcycles give you a sense of freedom, but being on a boat, it's another level. I used to try and explain to people. I say, do you know what? Being on a bike is just incredible. You get a sense of freedom. You're still under the same laws and restrictions as everybody else, but you feel different. You feel the wind, you feel the weather, you feel the rush, you feel the bike. It's all, but then when you're on a boat, it's just another level of freedom. Something that I'd like my kids to experience. The cost is an expected concern, I think might be the way to phrase it. I know it's going to be expensive. I know it's going to be never ending. There's always going to be something needing repair, needing replace, needing attention, and it all costs money. But I think you could say that with any lifestyle. Like I used to enjoy motorcycles. Although once you kind of buy a good bike, you service it once, twice a year, you're not really worried that your sail's are going to collapse or your rudder's going to fall off or or something's going to break, or it's a different parameters. So the cost of buying a boat, I do work full time, but I also have a family to support. So there's kind of a delicate balance between saving money for our future and living in the moment, trying to live, trying to give the kids good experiences and make sure they have a good childhood and things like that. I don't want them to go without. So there is that, but it's a balance between priorities and a dream and what you want to do. I find that's the big challenge. Alright, I've made a lot of stuff today, so I'm gonna go on my phone and see what other stuff I need to make. If you are interested, then there should be a little link at the end, and you can have a look and browse around and see if there's anything there that's helpful in any way or entertaining, etc. So I think I'll end this one here. Thanks for watching.